Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Anywhere. Do you want to learn English? If your answer is yes, have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do I want to learn English? Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to understand English movies. Maybe you want to read English books. Or maybe you simply want to speak with people from different countries. Everyone has a different reason for learning English. And today, we are going to meet 5 people. They have 5 different hobbies. And they also have 5 different reasons for learning English. As you listen, try to notice these simple sentences. I love, I enjoy, I usually, and most importantly, I want to learn English because... These are very useful sentences for everyday English. So let's meet our 5 people. Listen carefully and enjoy the stories.
Person 1, Emma.
Hi, my name is Emma. I am 24 years old and I live in a small city. I work at a bookstore. I really enjoy my job because I love books. Reading is my favorite hobby. I usually read in the evening after work. Sometimes I read for 30 minutes, sometimes I read for 2 hours. It depends on the book. I enjoy many different kinds of books. I like storybooks, mystery books, and self-help books. I also enjoy books about people and their lives. When I was a child, I did not like reading very much. I thought books were boring. But when I got older, I found some interesting stories. After that, I started to enjoy reading. Now I always have a book with me. I read on the bus, I read at home, and sometimes I read at a cafe. Reading helps me relax. When I have a stressful day, I like to sit down with a cup of tea and read a book. It makes me feel calm. But there is one problem. Many of the books I want to read are in English. Some of them are translated into my language, but not all of them. And sometimes I cannot find the translation. So I have to read the English version. At first, it was difficult for me. I knew some English words, but I could not understand the whole sentence. For example, I could understand 1 or 2 words, but I did not understand the meaning of the sentence. So I used a dictionary. I checked many words. Sometimes I checked the same word again and again. It took a long time. I almost gave up. But then I realized something. I don't need to understand every single word. I just need to understand the main idea.
So I started reading simple English books. I chose books for beginners. I read slowly. I learned new words from the stories. And little by little, reading became easier. That is why I want to improve my English. I want to learn English because I want to read English books. I want to understand stories without translating every sentence. I want to enjoy books in their original language. I also want to learn new things from English books. There are so many interesting books in the world. English can help me read more of them. My goal is not to speak perfect English. My goal is to understand English better. I want to open an English book and feel comfortable reading it. I know it will take time, but I am okay with that. I can learn a little every day. I can learn 5 new words. I can read 1 page. I can read 1 short story. Small steps can make a big difference. So if you like reading, try reading in English. You don't need to start with a difficult book. Start with something simple. Choose a short story. Read a few sentences every day. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just keep going. For me, English is not only a school subject. English is a key. It can open the door to many more books and stories. And that is why I want to learn English.
Person 2, Daniel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I am 28 years old, and my favorite hobby is traveling. I love visiting new places. I love seeing beautiful views, and I really enjoy meeting new people. I try to travel several times a year. Sometimes I travel with my friends. Sometimes I travel alone. I enjoy both. When I travel, I like to try local food. I like walking around a city. I like taking pictures. And I like talking to local people. For me, traveling is not only about visiting famous places. It is also about meeting people and learning about different cultures. But there is one problem: English. English is very important when I travel. Of course, I can use my phone to translate. Translation apps are very useful. But I don't want to use my phone all the time. I want to talk to people directly. I want to ask questions. I want to order food. I want to ask for directions. And I want to have simple conversations with people. A few years ago, I traveled to another country. I went to a small restaurant. I wanted to order a local dish. The waiter asked me a question. I understood only one word. I said yes, but I wasn't sure what he was asking. Then he asked me another question. Again, I didn't understand. It was a little embarrassing, so I used my phone to translate. The problem was solved, but I thought about that experience later. I thought, I want to speak English by myself. I don't want to be afraid when someone speaks English to me. I want to understand what people say. I want to answer simple questions. I want to make new friends. That is one of the biggest reasons why I want to learn English. I want to learn English because I want to travel more comfortably. I want to communicate with people from different countries. I want to ask for help when I need it. I want to talk to hotel staff. I want to order food confidently. I want to ask, where is the train station? I want to say, can you help me? I want to say, could you take a picture for me? These are simple sentences, but they can be very useful when traveling. I don't need complicated English. I just need useful English. I want to speak clearly. I want to understand people, and I want to feel confident. Traveling also gives me another reason to learn English. When I meet people from different countries, English is often the common language. Maybe they speak Spanish. Maybe they speak Japanese. Maybe they speak French. Maybe they speak Korean. But we can use English to communicate. That's amazing. We don't need to speak the same first language. We can use English to understand each other. So English can help me connect with more people. My goal is to travel to many countries in the future. I want to visit new cities. I want to try new food. I want to learn about different cultures. And I want to talk to people without being afraid. I know my English is not perfect, but I don't need perfect English to travel. I just need to practice. I can learn useful travel phrases. I can practice listening. I can practice speaking. And I can practice every day. So if you love traveling, ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? Maybe your answer is the same as mine. Maybe you want to travel around the world. Maybe you want to meet new people. Whatever your reason is, remember it. Your reason can give you motivation. For me, my reason is simple. I want to learn English because I want to see the world and communicate with people.
Person 3, Lily. Hi everyone. My name is Lily. I am 26 years old and I love watching movies. Watching movies is my favorite way to relax. After a long day at work, I usually watch a movie at home. Sometimes I watch comedy movies, sometimes I watch romantic movies. I also like action and adventure movies. I especially enjoy English movies. I love listening to the actors. I like their voices, I like the way they speak, and I enjoy learning new expressions from movies. But when I first started watching English movies, I had a problem. I couldn't understand much. The actors spoke too fast. Sometimes I knew the words, but I couldn't understand them when they spoke. Sometimes they used short expressions that I had never heard before, so I always used subtitles. At first, I used subtitles in my own language. That helped me understand the story, but I wasn't really listening to English. I was reading the subtitles. Then I tried English subtitles. It was better. I could hear the English and read the words at the same time. I started learning many useful expressions. For example, how are you doing? What's going on? Are you okay? Give me a minute. I don't know. Let me think. These are simple sentences, but I hear them again and again in movies. I realized that movies can be a great way to learn English. But I still have a goal. I want to watch English movies without subtitles. That is one of the biggest reasons why I want to improve my English. I want to learn English because I want to understand English movies better. I want to understand what the actors are saying. I want to understand jokes. I want to understand conversations. And I want to enjoy the movie without stopping every few minutes. Sometimes I watch the same movie more than once. The first time, I watch it with subtitles. The second time, I watch it with English subtitles. And sometimes I watch my favorite scenes without subtitles. This helps me practice listening. I also repeat some sentences. If an actor says, "Are you ready?" I repeat, "Are you ready?" If an actor says, "Let's go," I repeat, "Let's go." This helps me practice pronunciation. It also helps me speak more naturally. I don't try to memorize hundreds of difficult words. I learn useful expressions from real conversations. For example, when I hear, "What are you up to?" I learn that it can mean, "What are you doing?" I don't only learn the meaning, I also learn how people actually use the expression. This makes English more interesting. English is not just something I study from a book. I can learn English while enjoying my favorite movies. That's why I don't feel like I am studying all the time. I'm watching a movie, I'm having fun, and I'm learning English at the same time. Of course, movies can sometimes be difficult. Some actors speak very quickly. Some movies use difficult vocabulary. Some characters have different accents. So I don't try to understand everything. I choose simple movies first. I watch short scenes. I listen to the same scene several times. And I don't get upset when I don't understand.
I just keep practicing. My goal is simple. I want to sit on my sofa, choose an English movie, and understand the conversation naturally. I want to laugh when the characters make jokes. I want to understand their emotions, and I want to enjoy the story. So if you love movies, you can use them to learn English too. Choose a movie you really like. Don't choose a movie just because it is difficult. Choose something interesting. Watch a short scene. Listen carefully. Read the subtitles. Repeat useful sentences. And watch it again. You don't have to study for 3 hours. Even 15 minutes can help. For me, movies are more than entertainment. They are also a way to improve my English, and that is why I want to learn English. Person 4, Alex.
Hello, my name is Alex. I am 23 years old, and I love music. I listen to music every day. I listen to music when I wake up. I listen to music when I work. I listen to music when I walk. And sometimes I listen to music before I go to bed. Music is a big part of my life. I especially love English songs. I have many favorite singers. I enjoy their voices. I enjoy the music. There is just one problem. Sometimes I can sing the words, but I don't know what they mean. Have you ever had this experience? You hear a song, you like it, you sing along, but you don't understand the lyrics. I have done this many times. Sometimes I sing the wrong words. I think the singer is saying one thing, but the actual lyrics are different. It's funny. So I started reading English lyrics. I looked at the words while listening to the song. At first, I didn't understand many words, but I started learning them. I learned words like dream, hope, love, remember, together, and forever. These words are not very difficult, but songs helped me remember them. I also learned pronunciation. When I listen to native speakers singing, I can hear how they pronounce words. Sometimes the words sound different in a song, so I listen carefully. Then I try to sing the same line. I repeat it several times. This is fun for me, and it helps me practice English. My main reason for learning English is simple. I want to learn English because I want to understand my favorite songs. I want to know what the singers are saying. I want to understand the meaning of the lyrics. I want to sing correctly, and I want to improve my pronunciation. Music also helps me remember English. When I learn a word from a song, I often remember it for a long time. For example, if I learn a new word in a song, I hear that word again and again. The melody helps me remember it. That makes learning easier. Sometimes I write down my favorite lyrics. Then I look at the words. I check new vocabulary, and I sing the song again. I don't worry about singing perfectly. I just enjoy it. I think that is important when learning English. Learning should be enjoyable. If you enjoy what you are doing, you are more likely to continue. You don't have to study English only with grammar books. You can listen to songs. You can watch videos. You can repeat sentences. You can talk to yourself. There are many ways to practice. For me, music is my favorite way. I also want to improve my pronunciation. Sometimes I know a word, but I don't pronounce it correctly, so I listen to the singer carefully.
I notice the sounds. Then I repeat. I do this again and again. Little by little, my pronunciation gets better. My English is still not perfect, but I can understand more songs now. I can understand more lyrics, and I can sing with more confidence. That makes me happy. In the future, I want to understand songs without looking at the lyrics. I want to listen and understand naturally. That is my goal. So, if you love music, use music to learn English. Choose one English song that you like. Listen to it. Read the lyrics. Find the words you don't know. Learn their meanings. Then listen again and sing along. You are not only enjoying music, you are practicing English too. For me, English is connected to something I love, music. And that is why I want to learn English.
Person 5, Sophia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sophia. I am 30 years old, and my favorite hobby is cooking. I love cooking at home. I usually cook dinner for myself and my family. Sometimes I cook simple food. Sometimes I try new recipes. I really enjoy trying new recipes. Cooking is relaxing for me. When I cook, I forget about my problems. I focus on the food. I enjoy preparing the ingredients. I enjoy trying new flavors. And I feel happy when the food tastes good. Of course, sometimes my food is not very good. Sometimes it is too salty. Sometimes it is too spicy. And sometimes I completely fail. But that's okay. I learn from my mistakes. One thing I really enjoy is watching cooking videos. I watch cooking videos online almost every week. I learn how to make different dishes. I learn new cooking techniques, and I find new ideas. But many of the cooking videos I like are in English. At first, this was difficult. I didn't understand some of the instructions. For example, I heard words like chop, slice, boil, fry, mix, and bake. I knew some of these words, but not all of them. Sometimes the cook spoke too quickly, so I had to pause the video. I checked the meaning, then I continued watching. After doing this many times, I learned more cooking vocabulary. Now I understand cooking videos much better. But I still have another goal. I want to learn recipes from people around the world. There are so many interesting recipes online. Some are from Italy, some are from Japan, some are from Korea, some are from Mexico, and many recipes are explained in English. So English can help me discover more food. That is why I want to improve my English. I want to learn English because I want to understand cooking videos and recipes. I want to follow recipes easily. I want to understand cooking instructions. And I want to learn from cooks around the world. English can help me do that. Cooking also gives me a chance to practice vocabulary. For example, I can learn the names of ingredients: tomato, onion, garlic, potato, carrot, chicken, rice, salt, sugar, pepper. I can also learn action words: cut, chop, mix, add, pour, cook, bake, serve. These are useful English words. I can learn them while doing something I love. I don't need to sit at a desk all day. I can learn English in my kitchen. Sometimes I even talk to myself while cooking. I say, first I cut the onions. Then I add the oil. Now I put the chicken in the pan. Next I add some salt. This is a simple way to practice speaking. I describe what I am doing. I don't need another person. I can practice by myself, and that makes me feel more confident. My goal is not to become a perfect English speaker overnight. My goal is to improve little by little. I want to understand more. I want to speak more, and I want to use English in my everyday life. For me, cooking makes English useful. English is not only something I study, it helps me do something I enjoy. So if you love cooking, try watching English cooking videos. Start with easy videos. Turn on English subtitles. Write down useful words, and try to repeat the instructions. You can learn English and cook at the same time. Maybe you will learn a new recipe, and maybe you will learn some new English too. For me, that is a great combination, cooking and English, and that is why I want to learn English. Now, let's practice together. I will ask you some questions. You can pause the video and answer them. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just try to speak. Question 1. Why do you want to learn English? You can say, I want to learn English because I want to travel. Or, I want to learn English because I want to watch English movies. Or, I want to learn English because I want to get a better job. Now, your turn. Why do you want to learn English? Question 2. What is your favorite hobby? You can say, my favorite hobby is reading, or I love listening to music, or I enjoy cooking. Now, your turn. What is your favorite hobby? Question 3. How can English help you enjoy your hobby? For example, English can help me read more books. English can help me understand movies. English can help me talk to people when I travel. Now, make your own sentence.
So, why do you want to learn English? Remember, there is no wrong answer. Everyone has a different reason. The most important thing is to find a reason that matters to you. When you know your reason, learning English can become more meaningful. You don't have to study for many hours every day. You can learn English through the things you already enjoy. If you love books, read English books. If you love movies, watch English movies. If you love music, listen to English songs. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you love traveling, learn useful travel English. Use English in your real life. Learn a little every day. Practice a little every day. And don't be afraid of mistakes. Remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need to keep practicing. And one day, you may look back and realize how much you have improved. Thank you so much for watching and practicing English with us today. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Speak English Anywhere for more easy and useful English lessons. Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep speaking English. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.